So this is my 1 week thoughts and results on the carnivore diet. And before I continue, people who try the carnivore diet who have no idea about dieting probably think it's like some magical like diet. When in reality, if you're doing it 100% completely strict, at its very core, it's a strict zero carb keto diet, and you're eliminating all foods that might cause you any kind of ailments or inflammation or anything like that. So you basically start it by eating straight one type of meat or one type of, beef, butter, bacon, and eggs if you're in that crowd, and that's all. I didn't take that approach. I don't have any inflammation. I don't have any ailments like that. I'm simply doing it for a weight loss sort of bodybuilding approach. So, more along the lines of a keto diet, but much more strict, as the only carbs I'm really taking in would be from my protein powder, which I have as a treat, mixed with Greek yogurt. And the Greek yogurt has, and I'm using like half a serving of Greek yogurt, which if you look at the label, it's like 3 grams of carbs. If you're using like 80 grams of Greek yogurt, it's like 3 grams of carbs. So it's very low, and the protein powder itself has like 2 or 3 per serving. And I'm doing that maybe 2 or 3 times a day. So it's less than 50 grams of carbs. Um, but the common foods I'm eating on it, I could probably eat bacon and eggs every day. Thick sliced bacon with 1 or 2 eggs. I probably have 3 slices of bacon, 1 egg, 2 eggs, depending on how I feel. Dip the bacon in eggs. Um, Put some salt on there. That's another thing. You gotta salt your food because you're gonna feel lightheaded for sure, especially if you're active. But yeah, I salt the heck out of my food. Ham steaks is another thing. I love ham steaks. They're pretty lean, and I just don't care for chicken breast, like skinless, boneless chicken breast. I don't know. It's I just don't care for it. And the ham steaks pretty much come pre-cooked. I just throw them in the pan after I cook some stuff in there. So there's either some butter or some bacon grease in there, and I cook it in that, and it comes out great. Beef patties from Walmart, surprisingly, 85, 15 lean beef patties are pretty good. Like when I bought them, I was like, they're frozen. These are probably gonna suck, but you put them on the pan and you cook them up. It takes like maybe 3 minutes, and they're excellent. I'm really surprised. And steaks. I go to the grocery store, my local grocery store, and like any steak they have that's like sell by today or sell by tomorrow's, and they do like a half price. They take like a couple of dollars off per pound or whatever. That's the only steaks I'm eating. So every day it's a different kind of steak. I don't usually go for the New York strip steaks or ribeye steaks, albeit they are very good. I kind of think they're a rip off unless you're getting a pretty good deal on them. But yeah, that's pretty much all I'm having. I do use erythritol when I make my Greek yogurt and protein powder treat, but there's no calories in erythritol because it doesn't get processed by your body as like a calorie. You pretty much just pee it out. But yeah, I'm using tons of salt, sea salt. I pretty much put in McCormick grinder, and I just grind it over my food. New salt or no salt, which is potassium salt. I've been using that. I think that definitely helps because when I was started, probably like the first 5 days, I wasn't using that, and I kind of felt a little lightheaded, more so than I thought I should be. And when I started adding that, I kind of alleviated that to some degree, where it's not as much. And I think the reason is because I drink so much water. I'm kind of just wasting my electrolytes away. But if you just, you know, calm down on drinking so much water and just keep your electrolytes in check with the salt and potassium salt, you should be fine. Um, Caffeine, I don't know. I don't usually take caffeine, but I feel like I don't even need it at all because I'm not as like exhausted or tired. And I'm probably eating between 2,000 to 2,500 calories a day. I mean, sometimes it's probably less, sometimes it's maybe a little bit more, but it's somewhere between that. Um, yeah, but I just don't feel like I need as much caffeine. I almost just have like an energy drink only at the gym, and that's it if I even want it. Maybe like a Coke Zero or something that has like 43 milligrams of caffeine in it, which is, plenty. Workout performance hasn't been terrible. I do like high intensity Mike Mentzer style training, so it's very low volume but super high intensity with rest pause. If you're familiar with DC training, sort of along those lines. But honestly, it hasn't been terrible because especially when you're eating in a deficit, when you take calories away, your performance is already going to drop. But then I'm eating like almost zero carbs. So I'm in a caloric deficit. I'm eating almost zero carbs, and my performance isn't terrible. I definitely feel like different, 100%. I feel different, but my performance doesn't feel terrible stat wise. Yeah, it's right there. I am a little weaker, but I mean, I'm eating less calories and I have no carbs. I mean, you have to expect that you're going to lose a little bit of strength. But that's, it's been within a week, so we'll see where I am at the end of January. I'm also maintaining around 15,000 to 20,000 steps a day. Um, After doing it for a week, I think once you kind of find out your favorite meat choice, you're going to stick with that. And if you're going to take the carnivore approach, especially for like a month or so, I would just like go through a week eating and finding your favorite foods. So I think for me, my staples are going to be bacon and eggs. I might almost take like a porkivore style approach where I eat only pork products because I mean, I love ham steaks, I love pork chops. Anything pork related, like pork tenderloin, where they have it seasoned. A little bit of carbs in that, but it's no big deal. Like there's like two or three per like a giant piece of it, so you're not gonna get knocked out of ketosis or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I could literally eat bacon and eggs all day. The only problem with that is the protein for those is pretty low. So if you eat like evenly, like 10 pieces of bacon and 10 eggs, it's almost like a 1-to-1 sort of ratio. So it'd be like, I don't know, 130 grams of fat and 130 grams of protein, which isn't terrible. Honestly, it's not terrible, but for me, I'd like to be around 200 grams of protein, which is why if you throw in like a ham steaks are super lean cuts with high protein. And I just like ham steaks. So um, overall, feeling pretty good. Hunger is the biggest thing, and I mean I've done fasting. I've done pretty prolonged fasting, and hunger with this, eating at as low calories as I am, maintaining my steps and working out, it's pretty low. I don't feel that hungry, and every time I eat, I feel satisfied, and it's like I don't want to eat anymore, which is relieving. Um, but yeah, it's a pretty good diet so far. Um, I'll probably continue for at least a month. I told myself I'm going to do the month of January. We'll see where I'm at after that. Um, I plan to continue until I reach a weight loss goal of at least 185 pounds or 180. Like that's what I would weigh. So I'm not too far from there, but um, that's my goal using this diet, and we'll see where I go. But it's been good so far. But I think going forward with this week, unless I see a good price on like a steak or something where it's relatively cheap, I'm probably going to stick with bacon, eggs, protein powdered Greek yogurt, and some sort of ham steak or something like that. And of course, I have the Walmart frozen patty, so I might have one of those occasionally. But yeah, it'll probably be like a porkivore approach with protein powder. So I'll be posting just my shorts every day of what I'm eating. I don't include every single thing I eat in there, but throughout the week, what I take video of is pretty much what I'm eating every day. And the calorie amounts that I stated at the beginning of this video is pretty much what I'm within. So I'm going to continue it. So far, it's been good. No complaints. I might smell like bacon when I go to the gym or something, but I don't care. It's like a deodorant. I can, attract people who like meat or something. But yeah, pretty good diet, especially if you just want to knock some water weight off for something specific. If you're like in the military or something like that, and you got to cut weight real quick without suffering too much. So far so good.